The energy must be allowed to leave the earth. It doesn't matter if it's pictures, paperwork, documents, whatever the case may be. You have to understand, whenever anything is subject to being present in a particular experience, situation, circumstance, moment, interaction, relationship, partnership, event, gathering, whatever, that item or a picture that you've taken from that moment is not only a frozen moment in time, it's like a captured moment, but what you're actually doing is you're actually solidifying that moment, and more importantly, the energy that the moment is comprised of. So you're actually holding it. So when, like, hypothetically speaking, let's say, you were dating somebody for 10 years and, it was great in the beginning, but then it got sour. Something happened, you broke up and became very bitter, very nasty, very just, knock down, drag out, ugly it got. And you still have the pictures of the two of you together. What that is exactly, it's not just frozen moments in time, like captured moments from the past, but those are portals. Those are energy tethers, because if those photos still exist, that is still connecting the two of you. And because that is basically like grabbing that energy of that moment and just holding it in the present moment, and it just keeps carrying over with you. I hope this makes sense, because it's very important that you listen to what I'm saying. You have to sever all of these ties, and these things must be destroyed. So if you've taken cell phone pictures, and of a person that you're with, it was a bad situation, what I do is I delete them. Now, if these are actual physical, tangible photographs, if you had printed out or developed or whatnot, what I do is I burn them. I have a fire pit in the back, and I burn them. That's what I do. I can't tell anybody to do this. I'm just saying what I do. That's it. I'm not advocating anybody doing it. I'm just saying this is what I do. To break and destroy, because that energy must leave the earth. You must dissipate and destroy that connection, the conduit, the portal, the tether, the binding, the ligature, the manacle, whatever type of words you want to use, the chain, the line, the rope, whatever that ties the two of you together. Those pictures, they have to be destroyed. Either delete them. I delete them from my phone, or if they're tangible physical pictures, I got a fire pit in the back and I burn them there. And this destroys that portal, the connection, the energy gets to leave the earth. I don't carry it anymore. It's not tied to me anymore. I'm free. And also, I don't think about them anymore. Anything connected with it, clothing that was purchased at that time. Perhaps you had long hair and the person that you're with was doing your braid or doing your hair. Cut your hair. That's what I did. I used to have really long hair, down on my butt. And then when, I wasn't with this particular person, shaved it off. And then I think about a year or so again, I shaved it off again. It's just everything's got to, even these are the things you don't think about. I was like, what is it? Just a picture? No. It's not a picture. It's energy that's fusing your present moment with those moments from the past. It's like a portal, a doorway, a gateway that's allowing those energies from the past to keep streaming into your present moment, almost like a floodgate. Like consider that past moment like a big body of water, and that picture is a pipeline right to that body of water, and it's open. It just keeps flooding your life with that energy. Does this make sense? So when you destroy that picture, that pipeline, the water is trapped in the past, the pipeline's gone, and you're not going to be drowning in the negativity or the horrific energy of those moments anymore. And the best thing you could do for yourself is to no longer tie your tethers of your feelings and emotions and keep remembering these things and bringing them up. That all has to be severed too. This has to be an absolute unilateral cut across the board. You got to get rid of all of this stuff. Just chop, chop, chop. So like I said, when it comes to the physical pictures, I burn them. When it comes to the digital, I delete them. So this way I'm free. Any type of clothing, any type of jewelry that was purchased as a gift from the other person to you, or anything, give it away, sell it, throw it in the garbage, bury it, whatever you want to do. But all of that stuff has to go because it carries energies that are no good. This is the reason why you should never go to a pawn shop, PAWN. Because when you walk into those places, you're actually looking at everything. You're looking at everything in that store that was sold to that store at a time in that person's life when they were destitute, down and out, and all of that energy is still infused with those objects. So you'll take it home with you and you wind up owning that energy. Or these items were stolen and pawned off, PAWN, to the store. So that's not a good energy either. Pawn shops are the worst because they're just like metaphysical detritus. You know, you don't go there when you're doing great in your life. You're not going to go to a pawn shop and pawn anything off. I've had to do this a couple of times myself. When we got into a pinch, we had to pay the rent. I had to sell a lot of stuff, and it hurts. And it's a lot of bad feelings that went with it. It made me sick that I had to sell my things. And those energies were attached in those moments. And whoever picked it up, they're carrying that energy. It's the same thing with meat. Now, I'm not a vegetarian because, you know, in order for something to live, something has to die. A carrot has just as much of a life as a cow or a pig or an apple. So I'm not saying that, but when it comes to anything, meat in particular, but any type of anything that you eat could be a carrot. These things were murdered in order for you to eat them. So the toxicity of the energy of the horror that they had to go through when they were being murdered alive is infused in the meat and the carrots and everything. So that's what you're eating. You know, that whenever you eat particularly meat, is because when these animals were murdered, that energy stays in that meat, the stress, all of it. Particularly like when you see veal. If you knew how they made veal, it would make you sick. They take baby cows, they lock them in these little tiny cages so they can't move, so their muscles never get firm, and that's how you get the soft meat. And then they kill them alive. I think they just beat their heads open or something. I don't know what they do. Trust me, if you knew how you got that food, you wouldn't want to eat it. They're not going to tell you that, but you go do the research yourself how veal is made, and you're going to get sick. How they make hamburgers and chicken, how they treat these animals, and you eat that stuff. That's why this system does these things to these animals, knowing that horrific murderous energy is in there, and you're going to eat it. You're eating the murder. You're eating the energy of the murder, and that's exactly what's going on. And it ties back into the initial point of what I'm trying to make with this video, that these energies must be allowed to leave the earth. What I do is I burn the pictures. I delete the digitals. Anything. If somebody bought you a shirt, necklace, bracelet, ring, all gotta go. Sell it online. Sell it online, man. Sell it online. Get rid of it, bury it, throw it out, whatever. Give it away. Make sure you cleanse it with sage. Get all that energy out so the other person doesn't gobble up all that energy and they don't even know what's going on. But these are things you just won't hear on online about how energy really is. If you had like a horrible day and let's say you were just reading a book and all of that negativity and disappointment, the energy of the book soaks it up and it's going to stay there for a very long time. And if somebody buys the book, they're buying that energy that you created in that moment, low vibrational. That's exactly how it works. Exactly how it works. This is the reason why, folks, they don't tell you about energy or the manifestation process or alchemy. They don't tell you who and what you really are because they don't want you to know what this place really is. It is not what you think that it is. It isn't a playground for the rich. It isn't a place for you to drive your car around and go get some pizza and stare at your phone all day long and order DoorDash and get this and that and order stuff off of Amazon. It's not this type of world. That's the illusion they're creating. That's not reality. This place is not what you think that it is. But nonetheless, the energies must be allowed to leave the earth. You have to set them free because then you'll still be tethered to these things. And that's going to hold you back when you're trying to move forward into a completely different, brand new reality that you deserve. You most certainly deserve to have this. Absolutely you do. But that can't happen if you're bringing all that emotional baggage. And most people don't even know that they're doing this. Then they wonder why when they get to where they're going to go, it just all starts all over again. I was like, I don't understand. I thought it was a clean slate, brand new life. I did everything I could. It's just these things keep just popping up again. Just like before, I don't understand. Well, you don't understand because when you came to this world, They never filled in the blanks as to what you really are. They're like, okay, all right, little Sally. Okay, little Billy. Okay, what do you want to be? A nurse or a fireman? Little girls get pink, little boys get blue. All that garbage. That's socialized programming garbage. It's just the same stuff. You come to this earth and you get pulled right into their factory. They just stamp a barcode on your head. You're a name. You're a number, and you're a nameless, faceless, useless piece of meat with a number. That's how they see you. So and there you go. Next one, stamp barcode, and then pretty soon they want to chip everybody. Absolutely. Don't think they don't. And this isn't a chip you can take out of your body. This is nanoparticles, man. You can't get it out of your body. This is what they call the forever chemicals. You can't get them out. You can't get them out. No, this is not science fiction, and no, I'm not on drugs. You don't believe me? You go look it up. It's called the Internet of Things. That's what they want to hook you up to. Oh, yeah. Anyway, that's what I do when it comes to pictures. Physical pictures that you've taken and printed out. Physical pictures. I burn them. When it comes to the digitals, I delete them. When it comes to objects and items of clothing, jewelry, I cleanse them and I get rid of them. I throw them out. I give them away, whatever. And they'll let the other person sage it and transmute it, and then it becomes theirs. Whatever they need to do with it. But that's just something you won't hear on online not too often. But anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. Have a blessed day and good luck.